Hello retail traders, this is a sneaky snake trading strategy where I talk about chart patterns, moving averages, and a little bit about being in the now. Well, right now I know that they've kicking out McCarthy as Speaker of the House and that he does not want the job. I don't blame him. So that's going to stall Congress, which could slow down things a little bit or cause a little bit of chaos. It depends. And then they still got to pass the budget. So we've got a lot of stuff going on, which could still give a little bit of negativity to the market. Now, I do know that the Fat Cats wanted the Dow at 4,200, and we came within 16 points of hitting that. So that could be good enough to have a little dead cat bounce, a little small bounce, and then, because we've been in a downtrend for a very long time. So first chart we're going to look at will be the SPY. I'll turn this up to a weekly time frame. And we pulled back and we hit a certain support right here. The wick of that hit the 65 EMA, and we did bust above the 51 EMA, which could generate a little dead cat bounce back up here to around 430. 430.50 or a little under 430.50. Going to put my price line in here. Right around 430.21. That'd be a good little spot to retest, and maybe if we break it, we could bounce back up here to a higher level right around 435, 436, run into the 9 on the weekly, and that's the SPY. Possible scenario, we do need to hold the 65 EMA right here, right around 420 to keep this thing not bullish, but to keep it at a little soft landing here. If not, we can go ahead and drop some more and hit this 50. But we got to hold that 65, and that's right at 420. So resistance, we could have this little dead cat bounce back up to that 430 and then find some resistance. And if it has the mustard to the 9, which I don't think it will, and we also can follow this trend line. If it does get a little bit crazy and people start chasing, you'd have a triple top right around 445. But that's too big of a bounce. For right now, we're just looking at the weekly, and I'm thinking 430's got to be our target with a support right at 420. The SPX, there we go. It took me forever. It's in the same predicament. So you're looking at the 65 to hold and the 51 to hold for your first support right around 42.40. 42.40. And then resistance to break will be right up here at 43.09. Oh yeah, I remember now. Right around this here top body of this candle right here. If we can break this little channel of resistance between 43.09.72 and 43.17, we could hit the 9. So the same scenario, that 65 has to hold, or we drop and hit the 50, and that's a solid support if that does not hold. So that's going to be our first support right around 42.08, 42.09. That's going to be your low support. Your first support is right at 42.36.60. Well, 42.40, 42. And then resistance to break will be 43.09 and 43.17. And it should get a little bitty bounce, but if not, it's going to pull back and hit this 50 right at 41.67. Somewhere in there. 41.67. And the IWM, looking at the weekly time frame here, I notice when I pull it up, we're at a higher low, and we kind of broke that on this last trend. We nailed it right there. I'm not going to count the body of that. I'm going to count these two right in here. Hit that. Bam. So we could be at a solid support on the IWM for another bounce just up to the upside of resistance, which the two resistance levels would be right there on the body of that candle, 172. $172.64 with a hard resistance right around 173.83. If that breaks, you could run it up to the third resistance of 175.70. That's going to be on the weekly time frame, and that's IWM with support holding right here at 170. And this might move around right around 170. Has to hold. If that doesn't hold, we could be looking for more drama. And what's the other one? The QQQ. This one here had a nice little breakout today. We had a spinning top and almost a spinning top hammer, which is bullish right now. We could run it up and hit the 9, find some resistance right around the 364 area, or we need to hold support where we go a lot lower at 356.66, or we go a little bit lower. We'd go lower definitely, maybe right around 348 for a solid support if the 356 doesn't hold, but that'd be very low. So first support 356.66, second 352.87 and 348.59 with resistance to break right at 364.25. If that happens, that'll be breaking the 9. So this week's target's just going to be the top of the 21. That's the 21 SMA. Thought about turning that into an EMA, and I might do that here shortly. Run a test on it. But that's the QQQ. First support 356.66. Second 352.87 and 348.59 with the resistance to break the 21 and the 9 EMA and the 21 SMA. But right now, just a little bitty bounce and maybe a pullback. So that's it. Sneaky snake trading strategy. Keep your eyes on the market. Today was kind of, I thought we had a good day. A lot of conviction I thought was in the market, but I'm hearing different from other sources, so I don't know. I felt good about today. It seemed like everything was hitting the supports and holding and bouncing up and finding resistance real well and retreating. So it was a good day for scalping. And there's a lot of stocks on sale right now, but we just got to be careful. We got politics we got to deal with right now. And once the budget gets passed, everybody's going to go fanatic and the market's going to go ahead and boom to the upside. Well, have a great day, retail traders.